What up, people? It's your boy Marv, and this is The Nerds in the Hood. Got a special episode for y'all. Every episode I do is special. I gotta stop saying that, I know. But it's 1 o'clock in the morning right now in my crib. I'm in the hood, and I was like, I gotta shoot a video. It's been a few days. I had to shoot a video. Didn't know what to shoot it on. Not gonna hold you. There's so many different topics I wanted to talk about. But then one topic just crossed my eye, and I'm glad that I got to see it. So several hours before I decided to shoot this video, because I needed time to just recollect and register what I saw, several hours ago was the premiere and airing of the Season 6 Love Island USA reunion on Peacock, hosted by the lady of the USA version herself, Miss Ariana Monix. Now, saw this, decided I needed to talk about it, because I know a lot of people are going to be online giving their opinions, giving their thoughts, trying to tell you everything that happened, or trying to gaslight you into believing that there was a lot going on. And I just wanted to weigh in my 2 cents real quick. I just want to let y'all know it wasn't as much as you think, right? Because if you've watched Love Island Season 6, it was a good season. But if you watched Love Island Season 6 already, you know that most of the issues that we thought we were going to see maybe at the reunion were hashed before we were even crowned a winner. Once again, shout out to Serena and Cordell. Did their thing. They got the W. They the champs. This is their summer. This is their year. But shout out to every other person who was involved. Now, because it's a special occasion, it's still Love Island. I'm still wearing my Love Island shirt from the last episode. Make sure you check that out when I did the video where I discussed which country did a better Love Island for the summer, the UK or the US. But I decided to wear it again. Also with this hat on because I ain't get a haircut yet, so my hair is not looking very crisp. It got me looking like now like I'm channeling Denzel Washington from the movie Out of Time, just with a hat. So I'm cool with all of that. Anyway. But if you saw Love Island Season 6, you knew there was issues with like Rob and Leah, and Liv had like beef with almost every dude in the villa. And there was the whole issue with all the dudes coming back from Casa and Cordell and Serena even before they were able to rekindle. And of course, Aaron and Kayla, the biggest one. But most of those issues were already hashed out before we even got to a winner. So for them to kind of a reunion special is usually to recap those events and see if anything has transpired since then. And they didn't really, honestly. There wasn't a lot to talk about. And that's what kind of annoys me a little, because I was ready for some like definitely messy situations. And they only really gave us one, maybe 1.5, 2. But the messiest situation was that we didn't know that this whole time that Kendall had some like past issues that he was trying to really kind of just sweep under the rug for his current girlfriend Nicole to not find out about. And she found out, but it was just the fact more that he lied about it instead of just kind of like telling her like, yo, heads up, it's about to get real messy. You know, this stuff came out, and now, you know, Cass is going to try to like pour salt on my name and throw shade. So just be ready for a lot of stuff to come your way. He didn't really give her a heads up. He kind of just lied to her like shit was already good. And then she thought in her mind like, oh, all right, we Gucci. And they wasn't. The rumor right now is that there is a video that was leaked by most likely one of Kendall's ex-girlfriends of Kendall butt naked. The word on the street, pause, spreading his cheeks, got the whole world seeing his whole birthday suit. I don't know how much truth there is to that. I ain't even gonna look for that video because there ain't nothing for me to find that I would like. However, these are the rumors. They did not, spoiler alert for everything I'm about to say, they did not address this on the reunion. He lightly danced around the subject because I think they allowed him to say what he felt comfortable bringing up. But he didn't say like, hey, there's a video of me out there, yada, yada, yada. He just said that he met up with some old flame or whatever. But this was stuff that happened a video that he sent through a dating site. First off, I ain't never sent no video through a dating site. I've been on a lot of dating sites. I ain't never sent no video. He must have been real intimate with this woman, or he was trying to just wax and just that was like a one night stand thing. I ain't never sent a woman a video of my anything outside of a picture of me smiling. Like, I never did none of that stuff. So for him to do that, that's a little extreme. I don't know what dating site this was, but yeah, I'm sure that dating site was like, we're gonna have to like change our safety measures now. But anyway, it was kind of a wild situation because nobody saw this coming. When you watch this show, this guy made like small mistakes, but he was the cool guy in the villa. He was positive energy, very hyper, one of the nicest guys in the villa. So to see him have like this kind of scandal rock his world and his girl's world was pretty crazy. But that was like the craziest moment. Other crazy moment was that they tried to check in again with Aaron and Kayla. And I think the two of them was just going to sit down and give everybody just like a calmer overview of like, hey, look, we tried and it didn't work or whatever the case may be. And before they could even say anything like that, your man Aaron once again decides to poke the bear and do something very stupid. And openly just was like, yo, I just want to tell everybody right now that, I wasn't fully honest. And he told Kayla, like, yo, when we was in Casa, I put my hands down Daniela's pants. I was wilding. I was doing this. I'm the worst. Yeah. And I was like, hold on, fam. Why did you add more to it? You already got the L. What more is adding these extra details? You know what I mean? That's like watching a movie with an extended cut. Do we really need that much extra scenes? No. But I guess they felt like putting it in there anyway. So that's what he did. He just gave her an extended cut of the shit he already did wrong. And Shorty was just like, time out. You ain't tell me all that. You could have told me all that in private. And for some weird reason, he brought it on TV in front of millions of people to watch, like myself, and expected her to be like, yo, it's cool, babe. We good. I forgive you. No, she was more mad and said, sir, you are a dub. That was it. She was like, don't. And she hit him with the white version of T.I. and ATL. And he was like, I don't want to chill with you, kick it with you, skate with you, see you, nothing. She basically was like, don't call me, don't talk to me. I don't want to see you ever again. We're done. We're through. And Liv being the good, like, I don't know if she's the older sister in this situation, but just being a friend. Just like swap seats with her so that way he couldn't try to like touch her or, get back in her good graces. She was done with this man. And the only thing my man tried to do to once again rattle the cage and poke the bear was play victim when she said like, I called and checked up on you and stuff like that. I was always there for you. He was like, well, my grandfather died. You went on a podcast and threw dirt on my name. Fam, that was not the time to bring that up. Yes, that is kind of messed up, but you already got the L, bro. Just stay buried. Sometimes when you bury, just stay buried. You'll find your way back up soon enough. Shoot, Goku died a lot of times, but the Dragon Balls revived him. You just gotta stay low. The Dragon Balls will come around for everybody. And yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't a lot of big stuff. The other thing we saw was that they finally showed that Leah and Liv and Janae, no, not Janae, Leah, Liv, Serena, and Kayla, they showed the full raw footage of when they were trying to eliminate either Andrea, Nicole, or Janae. And they openly admitted in the footage that they were going to let Janae rock because that's their homie. But I think they admitted that in the show anyway. And then they had to choose between Andrea and Nicole. And it showed how they basically came to terms with choosing Andrea. The only funny part for me was they showed the producer, like one of the producers of Love Island, who's like a stagehand and came out and tried to keep the show going. She came up to them and was like, yo, one, y'all talking too loud. So like basically people can hear you. And two, you have to give me a name. I need a name. And they tried to even ask her for advice. And Shorty was like, yo, this is on y'all. Y'all got to go with y'all name. Like, long story short. And I agree. I felt that was the best producer I ever seen in a reality show. She was like, fam, we don't got time for this. Let's go. I ain't trying to rush you, but, let's hurry this up, fam. Just give me a name. And I think from that kind of, like, thought process, they were just like, all right, go with Andrea. And Leah did kind of, like, Darth Vader it and get a Jedi mind trick in there, but it wasn't enough to really make them say Andrea. They all chose Andrea. Their minds were just swayed, and it was such a hard decision that there was really no outcome where they would have looked better, because at the end of the day, they threw Andrea out to say that she wasn't really playing the game. And then they kept Nicole to say that Nicole was kind of playing the game. But Nicole was also playing it safe like Andrea too. She just was choosing between two guys, not a bunch of different guys. And Janae was single at the time. So they could have threw her out light. But they didn't, because I say girl. So if you come in the villa from the start, you have a better chance of getting protected than the other girls or other guys. And that kind of sucks, but it's part of the game. It's how it is. You know what I mean? You come in the house last, you're probably going to get thrown out first. So but all of those videos was just to show, all of the videos of that, or when they kind of jumped Andrea verbally during the reunion to be like, yo, you went on podcast and trashed us, F you sound like a mean girl. And then 5 minutes later turned around and was like, yeah, but we did throw you out and we was the driving force behind it. After Leah basically like denied it for a while, it's just like, yo, y'all hypocrites. This show is about y'all women just being the mean girls. I don't hate them. I think they were some of my favorite characters, beautiful women, whatever. But y'all was the mean girls in this. You know what I mean? Like, y'all was the mean girls. It was y'all, not any other girl for the most part. All of the girls that were other bombshells, Casa girls, they could not beat y'all because the villa was y'all house. And as any sports fan team from that world famous commercial back in the day, we must protect this house. That's basically what they was doing. They was holding the villa down because this was their territory, and you pulling up to their corner thinking you going to get that work in? No. You're going to do that work somewhere else, and that somewhere else is in the real world, not in the villa, in the outside world. So they had to do it. Any other country would do the same thing. They would have been like, listen, we've been here since week 1, and you're going to think you're going to pull up in week 4 and think you're going to just stay here and win the whole thing? Because you also got to remember, folks, even though they all built a friendship, somebody got to win. Somebody got to win Love Island. Somebody got to claim the bread, right? So at the end of the day, it's not that they forming alliances, but if we friends, we friends. I'd rather see this person I came in with from the start win over this person that just pulled up, or this person that came from another villa known as Casa Amor. You know what I mean? So it's like, but to have that mean girl mentality, it was there. You could see it in Janae. You could see it in Serena. You could see it in Leah. You could see it in Liv. And you could kind of small see it in Kayla. But Kayla is on the fence. But the rest of them, you could see it in them. You could see it in them. And they kept that same energy. They kept that same energy to say like, yo, this is us. This is our villa. This is what we're going to do. The dudes ain't really do it that much. They just was like, yo, you in here now? All right, cool. We good. But the girls was like, nah, this is us. This is us. The only reason they didn't show that energy to like Cassie was because Cassie was the last bombshell of the whole season, and they knew she wasn't going to be around long. They knew she wasn't winning this. They knew. But that's basically what happened. So you didn't really get a lot from this reunion. I'm sure every person who's a fan of Love Island, especially the U.S. version like me, was definitely expecting like maybe some more surprises, some more, I don't know, special things we didn't get to see, just something crazier than what we already knew. Yes, they did address things like, people getting cyberbullied, like, which does suck. Celebrities, non-celebrities, nobody should get cyberbullied. Nobody should get physically bullied. It should never happen. And my heart and prayers go out to anybody who got cyberbullied. And if they're still, hopefully it didn't drive them to do anything, regrettable or life-threatening. But the fact that there are people who are going online and going into like celebrity, like these contestants, because now they're technically celebrities, but they're going into these contestants' DMs and being like, yo, you're an idiot, you suck, F you, or whatever the case may be. You wildin', fam. It's not, you might not get a retaliation. You're just going to hurt people's feelings, and you don't need to hurt people's feelings. These people went on a island, went to a reality show competition to just see like, hey, yo, let me see how I could try to get love and hopefully get money. That's all it was. And they made their mistakes. Things are going to happen. We're going to look at them and go, yo, you an idiot. But you don't got to tell them that. Just stay in the comfort of your home, around your friends. Yo, this person's an idiot. Aaron is an idiot. I can say that. This is my show. But I ain't going to go and tell him in his DMs. If he watches the show, he's going to see it. And then he probably won't watch it again because I called him an idiot. That's fair. But he's an idiot. Like I told you on the last video, Mans had a good girl. He was feeling her. He loved her. went to Casa for several days, found something better, and got scared and came back and was like, nah, I ain't bring the girl over here to try to prove that he was good. And the proof is in the pudding. He was wilding over there when he didn't even need to. It cost him the season. It cost him a possible chance at winning because he was looking better than every other couple on there. He had a strong chance of winning the whole thing from start to finish. And he went to Casa and blew all of that to come in 5th place. That's on you, fam. That's on you. You got your girl looking like a meme. She had to leave you. Now, everything that you had in the palm of your hands is gone because you chose to F it up. Because even Kayla's gone. You wildin', son. It's the worst thing. You came from this reunion looking worse. Worse than you did when you left the villa. So, it just was a really crazy reunion. And I feel real bad, even though they probably got a check off of it real quick. They got the bag, and none of them was upset about the bag. But this reunion was really about the last few people on the show, which was, Janae and her man Kenny, and Kendall and Nicole, Leah and Miguel, Serena and Cordell, Aaron and Kayla, Rob. Like, it was really about those people. Those specific people. And Liv. Because those were the people that stood out the most on the show. I know I might be forgetting one or two people, but those were the main people that stood out the most on the show. When you look, like the first dude, I even forgot his name, but he was the tall dude that was dating Janae first. He was like one of the first people in the villa. My man got eliminated like one of the first people, and he didn't really have much to say, and my man just chose to apologize to Janae and Kenny right then and there for no reason. He could have left it. He could have went backstage. He could have went to the after party. He could have hit him up before then and just been like, look, you might hear something about me on a podcast saying that y'all ain't real, y'all fake. Y'all, I just want to apologize. I was wilding. And he waited to the reunion to say that. And I know Janae looked at him like, bro, I don't even care. But she held her composure because it was like, yo, it's an apology. He's trying to be civil. Cool. But we ain't even need him to talk. And then there was a weird scene. Like, so every so often when they took a commercial break, they would like show the contestants, either leaving the set or coming back to the set and getting ready. Liv, like, asking if she could take off her shoes, or like just people trying to like just make sense of like what they just saw in terms of like sitting in that crowd of like the live contestants, right? And that's fine for certain moments, but then there was a moment we didn't even need where Cassie and like 2 other contestants whose names I forgot because they were in and out here today and gone to the mall, they all just sat down and was like, man, this was crazy. Oh my gosh, man, Jesus. And then there was just like, once they sat down, there was several boxes of Pizza Hut just sitting there for no reason. Pizza Hut's not even a sponsor of Love Island last time I checked. And I don't even think they got a sponsor, but they're sure they even know it's Pizza Hut. And they just showed all 3 of them eating Pizza Hut. They just like zoomed in on Cassie just going to town on like nuggets and a pepperoni pizza. What did that have to do with Love Island? Did they have like Pizza Hut guys pull up on the villa that we ain't know about? Was one of them a bombshell? Did they go to like Casa de Pizza Hut instead of Casa Amor? I don't know. But I know it had nothing to do with anything. They just needed like a quick transition from all the like random nothing that happens sometimes. But we didn't even need that. If I knew that it was just going to be focusing on several people and occasionally some other people that got eliminated, like when Hannah had to admit that like she was getting roasted for her makeup, which, let's be real, I don't know much about makeup, but I knew she was wilding with the makeup. But at the end of the day, you ain't really need her to say that. It was just a lot of just randomness from people that didn't really need to be there. They just had to show their face real quick. What I like about other reunions that they do, like the UK reunion or Australia reunion, they kind of go around the room and talk to everybody, but they know that they're not going to get everybody. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to try to, like, chop it up with a few people. But they don't, nobody feel bad if you missed out on, like, the first 2 people that got eliminated. You know what I mean? Like, we not really going to be like, yo, whatever happened to Johnny? We not worried about that. We just worried about, like, the main people, which is what they did. But my thing is to focus on the main people and then have those other people do random things like make a random apology that didn't need to be added, or, eat Pizza Hut was just insanely pointless and a huge waste of time. Peacock, you dropped the ball on that one. I have a lot of respect for this season and what this version of Love Island is doing, but that part was very unnecessary. We didn't need nobody eating no Pizza Hut for no reason. Just get us to what we wanted to do. See, so that brings me to my final thing. We were all hyped because of what we heard online, and that was the problem. Because of the Olympics, they had to wait a little while to get this reunion going, which I'm sure was because of the Olympics. We had to wait. The Olympics was all over the place. By the time Love Island was ending, the Olympics was just getting warmed up. So all we could do was speculate and go online and see these random videos, and all of the contestants went on a lot of podcasts during this time once they got out the villa. Some got an early start, and the ones who were left standing got to go on their podcast late in the game. And through this, we got to see Leah, Cordell, Serena, Kayla, Liv, and Janae and Kenny all become popular. Leah admitted that her followers, I don't know which social media, probably Instagram, it grew from 12,000 to 3 million since she returned to the villa. That is a huge jump. Huge. I wish I could have that luck. I'm about to be on Love Island just to get my increase in followers. No. I'm faithful. I can't mess that up. I'll go on some other show or something. But my point is that we came with such high hopes because there were so many different things we heard from different podcasts and different social media clips, and so many things that when the final product came around, most of those things was already squashed, hashed, everything. Even homie who said on whatever podcast that Kenny and Janae's relationship is fake was already ready to apologize once it started, and nobody cared. So it was just like, I don't know if we need to make bigger sense of what happened on these social media platforms or on these podcasts, or if we just needed to focus on who we needed to focus on. This was one of those reunions where it was like everybody came and was willing to eat, like, the hot dogs and the hamburgers, and somebody was willing to cook. But we all also realized that, like, we didn't really have much to talk about. We was just here. Like, we just here. Like, you see Aunt Geraldine? Yeah, I saw her. She looking good. Cool. And that's it. Like, you didn't really have much to say. So I wasn't too impressed with this reunion. I felt like, but it's because of what I was, it was my expectations. So it's not to say it's my fault. It's not to say it's your fault at home watching this. It's just to say if your expectations were to see a lot of messiness, you weren't going to get that, because by the end of the season, mostly everybody came through as a family. Like, they showed us a long, drawn-out scene of them trying to eliminate Andrea just to build tension. Andrea was already over it. Rob was already over it. But Liv and Leah was still trying to defend themselves over something that was already over. And nobody really cared anymore. We were just kind of like, well, we knew this already. Who cares? We knew Leah did it. No matter how many times she had to tell us or lie or whatever. It just could have been better. But the big announcement was we're getting another Love Island next summer, and we're bringing back the Love Island games, which means we're going to see more international stars from other Love Island series with the USA contestants. So we might see somebody from this current season and seasons prior. So that's fine. We cool with that. But, it's over now. With this reunion, this Love Island summer is officially over. Australia's on the way. As to when, we don't know. We're assuming a fall, but we'll be ready when they pull up. And like I said, when Australia does their thing, I'm going to make another video dissecting all 3 seasons and seeing which country was really the best in this triple threat match. But for those of you who watched this current season of Love Island, I salute y'all. I hope y'all had a good summer watching this. This was fun for me. It's definitely messy. I can't wait to be back next season for all of these countries. I'm saying that like I was actually on the island. I love that energy. I love it. But yeah, I just felt like everything could have been a little more messier, but it is what it is. Everybody comes together. They mature after these weeks, and they're different people, and they might be better off for it. And we're cool with that over here. We're cool with growth. You know what I mean? We're cool with the redemption story. Except for Aaron. Aaron, fam, congratulations. You played yourself. You played yourself. You gotta go all the way back home and hold that. You let a good girl go because you wanted to be stupid, my boy. You wanted to be stupid. And you don't even got Daniela no more. So you don't got nothing to go home to. Like, you done. You done now. You feel me? It is a wrap for you, my boy. A wrap. I hope we gotta make that man a meme now. Cause he's wildin'. He was wildin'. But I can't even think of another funny thing outside of them having people eating Pizza Hut. I'm still just like, what was the point of that? I'll be here all day trying to figure that out. But again, like I said, it was just us having our hopes up about what we saw online versus the reunion. And the reunion, we didn't get that same energy for whatever the case may be. And that's fine, because I ain't want nobody getting snuffed. But I would have preferred it, though, instead of what we got. We got stuff we already knew. We got stuff that was already hashed. And we had to just move on. But shout out to all of them getting their bag. They about to be bigger stars. They about to be popular in their countries. You know what I mean? And they might get that sponsorship deal with Pizza Hut. Cordell just got the sponsorship with Cheez-It, so he getting the bag. And then we're going to see his brother in football later this season. So, here's to both of them, man. Champions in their own right. You know what I'm saying? Cordell is now a Love Island champion. Odell, his brother, is a NFL champion. So, they family doing something right. You know what I mean? They could put both their trophies side by side in their rooms. Anyway, again, shout out to Serena and Cordell. Shout out to Ariana Madix doing her thing. I saw her in Chicago to play. She killed it. So if you are in the New York area, go check her out. She's going to be in Chicago, the musical, until September 1st on Broadway. So we even got her to say hi. She said what up to us. That was pretty dope. I was hype about that. Make sure you check that out on my YouTube page, Nerds in the Hood, as well as following me on all social media at Nerds in the Hood. My link tree is in the description. You can check out all of our content, past episodes, current episodes from both iterations of Nerds in the Hood, as well as our anime rap intros, which has been doing very, very well lately. And we got more to come on the way. But my time in the villa has been fun. I must bid y'all all adieu. Let me get my suitcase. They gave me 30 minutes to leave the villa. And I'm going to go say my goodbyes. So I'm going to holler at y'all from the Love Island front until Australia, y'all. Peace.